distorted all over the place, but you get the gist. This is a video all about altissimos, which are kind of known as screamer notes. So they're purposeful screams. I think the first thing that got me started was being able to control harmonics on the sax, which are essentially altissimos. They're hitting a different pitch from the fundamental, from the note you were aiming for. So we're just going to do a little bit on harmonics, and then I'll do another video on some fingerings that work for me for altissimos. So, low B. Let's make sure we can get that low B out nice and strong. Okay, foghorn. If for any reason that's not coming out, try and adjust your embouchure. For a start, should be quite an R shape, and your throat should be open like a bullfrog to get that low note to come out. Opening a throat. So I suddenly got the coordination of this from someone I was geeking out, and I think just reading up on sax on the web, really good forum actually. So I'll put the link in the description box to that. But I was reading about, I think I was reading about something else actually, about maybe glissandos or something, and came across this guy who described how to open your throat. And a lot of people say, oh, it's like steaming up a window. And you kind of get that feeling. Which is true, I got that, but I couldn't really apply it to the instrument. This one chap, if I can find the thread even, I'll put a link in the description box, but this one chap described it really well. He's talking about different areas of your tongue. And you think of the tip of your tongue like your t-t-t, and the middle of your tongue like your sort of l, maybe d, and the back of your tongue, which is the area that I'm interested in, your g, 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 k, k, k. So as soon as he mentioned something about that in relation to glissando, I was like, oh, okay, like I could use that across the board. So if you take that g, 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 k, k, k area of your tongue and push it back, you can see what it's doing to my throat. Yeah? That's the kind of openness you need for that low note to come out perfectly. So, let's say you've got the low notes coming out beautifully. Also, if you're still really, really struggling and you're using all the diaphragm you can, loads of air and your throat's open, it might also be worth getting your sax checked out, because they're the worst for sealing. So, you've got your low note out, and we're going to try and get two other harmonics in there. So the octave and the 12th. So that's your B without octave key, and your F sharp with the octave key. So different embouchure shapes for those three notes. Sometimes you might have even found that when you're trying to get your low B, it was coming out at a different pitch in the first instance. So yeah, it's kind of purposely hitting those different pitches, and those embouchure shapes are actually really relevant to that area of the saxophone. So to me, I think of the low as a kind of R, mid-range of the saxophone is more of a kind of oo, and the upper register is more of a kind of E shape here, and it helps really with the tuning and control of those areas as well. So if I take that low note, I'm going to keep the same fingering and try and get those other two notes, so the B with the octave key and the F sharp. And you want them ideally to come out as pure as possible, rather than with that kind of fuzz behind it. Ideally hit right in the middle of it. So just keep trying until you won't get it straight away. Again, if you do, that's really annoying, because I didn't. So yeah, so that's the basic principle behind it, into learning these different mouth shapes. If you're struggling to get any of those pitches, a good tip is to play the note first, because for some reason, weird psychological thing, if you hear the pitch, you can mimic it. So try playing the note first, or even if you've got your sax near you for this video, try along with me now. So I'll do it again slowly. Here's the first one. And the next. And the one above that. So once you've got those three notes, try playing around with them in different orders. So maybe play a tune using the actual fingerings, and then try and mimic using a harmonic. So what's going on with my lip shape and where my jaw is as well. Hopefully you'll see a small movement. and this won't be within this 10-minute tutorial, if you do get to the stage where you're really confident on those 3 notes, let's say after a few weeks of practice and using this as your warm-up exercise, this could replace your long notes if you're not managing to fit everything in your practice time. Try getting the 2-octave one, so that's B with the octave key on, ideally, so your lowest one. That was a rubbish example, I'm going to do it again. There we go, a bit more like it. And then play around with using that one as well. And then if you get further than that and you manage to manipulate the sound so that you can get all of those 4 notes really, really confidently and really pure, try it on a different pitch. So try on the B flat, which will be B flat without octave key, F with octave key, and 2 octaves up, B flat with the octave key. So you've basically got the fundamental frequency, which is the lowest note. Then you've got the octave above, and the 12th, which will be your F if you're starting on a B flat, and your 2-octave one. So hopefully. Just about. You'll find as you move up the instrument, I can only get as far as the D really, and then above that I find the 2-octave one really hard to get. So try playing around with little tunes that use those 4 notes on B flat, B, C and C sharp, so you're kind of chromatic. You could just do a chromatic up, so you can do all 4 notes up and down, or maybe work out a tune and then do it on each pitch. So, you know, whatever, da 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 da, like I just did. Then I do it again, starting on a C. Then I do it again, starting on a C sharp, and maybe, if you can, starting on a D, although I find that one tricky. I can't really go any further than that. D is my peak. So, yeah, that's the first step to getting that kind of embouchure manipulation that will hopefully lead to you hitting some altissimos if you get the right fingerings and the right mouth shape. So, yeah, hope that was helpful. Really good warm-up technique, harmonics. So try them out, experiment. As I say, it helps to play the note first. Hope that was useful. If it was useful, give it a thumbs up for me. And if you want more videos, then do subscribe and let me know in the comments box what you'd perhaps like me to talk about and what might be helpful for you. And I will endeavour to fulfil all of them. If you're interested in what I'm doing, then do follow me on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description box. And yeah, I'll also put a link to that Sax on the Web forum as well for those of you who want to geek out with me. Thanks, bye!